Hey guys, welcome back to Mod and Pop Thrift. My name is Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and I'm a stay-at-home dad for my 5 kids, and we've got a baby on the way in 3 weeks. And on the video you guys saw 2 days ago, which was my last What Sold video, which was actually yesterday, but I made 2 videos yesterday. So what was yesterday for you was me going to Goodwill in the middle of the day after I did that first video. So anyway, my parents had a plumbing emergency yesterday, and so while I showed you guys like 30 items that I had to ship, I was only able to ship like 5 or 6 of them that had to go today, and then I had to go help my parents out, and so now I have 34 that have to go today, but only 9 fresh ones. So we sold 9 items since the middle of the day yesterday. It is now 9 a.m. and I'm going to fly through these in an attempt to get them out in the next 90 minutes. All 35 items out in the next 90 minutes. This is Wii Sports. It looks like a pretty generic game. Generally, sports titles are something you want to stay away from with video games. Wii Sports is one of the top games on the Wii. I mean, there's some obscure titles, and then there's some like first-party titles, Kirby, Mario, Zelda, that are good. But Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resorts are some of the most sought-after games for this. So this is just a cardboard sleeve with a manual and the disc, and that's how it comes. And this sold for $22.99 plus shipping. You can find these pretty cheap most of the time. So that's pretty cool. I bought a couple of those off the same guy. He had a bunch of games and he was going to take them to the game store, and he's like, maybe Tom will want to buy them for the same as the game store or more, and then he could make money and I could make money. And that was he buys a lot of video games and just buys them, takes them to the game store to make quick money, which is a really great business policy because he almost never gets stuck with anything. But then if I become his game store and I offer reasonable prices, and the local game store does pretty well. I mean, they can't give you full retail for stuff, but they pay out pretty well. So I got to make it worth his time to come to me instead of them. But it is what it is. It works out well for both of us, and I like helping other people out and increasing my business at the same time. I would rather pay a little bit more to another reseller who is picking good stuff and allowing me to make the end of the rainbow money, or most of it. I tend to not be the guy at the end of the rainbow money. I tend to be a little bit of a middleman too. So I'll price it at a low end of eBay. They price it at so if somebody buys it for $1 at a yard sale, they price it at what they could get at the game store to sell it to me. I price it at the low end of eBay, and the person who had the yard sale makes money. My guy who supplies me makes money. I make money, and then I sell it to somebody on eBay who could maybe make some money if they have a real niche where they're able to sell things. Like DK Oldies, I sell to them a lot, and they sell stuff for way over retail all the time to people all over the world. So if they can buy it from me at the low end of retail, put it on Amazon and they make money, or put it on their website and they make money. Because I don't know if you guys know, Amazon, video games on Amazon, it's hard to sell video games on Amazon. Not everybody can. You have to get ungated. But if you can sell video games on Amazon, they sell for 30%, sometimes 50% more than what you would get on eBay. And so there are people who have businesses buying things on eBay at the low end of eBay comps, flipping them to Amazon and just eating the difference in the arbitrage it's called online arbitrage. Anyway, I said I was going to try to be quick, and I'm just rambling. So video games, if you can become somebody's game store, you can make a little bit of money. Say hi to Evelyn. Evie. Nope. She's in her own little world. She's got a table and a chair and Play-Doh and this little basket. This little pink basket's full of crayons and markers and coloring books. And then you can't see the TV back there, but it's got Paw Patrol. She's got a whole setup back there. And this place is an absolute disaster. You just cannot see the floor. It's bad. I've got to get to that. But when I'm selling, like I'm selling 30, I've got to ship 35 items today on top of being a stay-at-home dad. Cleaning the floor in here should be a priority, but it's not. So anyway, this Wrangler shirt, I think I picked this up at East Peoria Goodwill. But I was surprised when I got it home and like you can see the Sunfade line on it and the shoulder. I didn't notice that in the store. I don't do a good enough job of vetting the clothes that I buy. I'm like, ooh, that's a cool looking vintage Wrangler. Let me buy it. And I didn't look at it close enough, but it would have been a 50. It would have been a $50 shirt. And so I paid $5 for it. It sold for $17.50, free shipping. So I didn't lose money, but if I had noticed that in the store, I probably would have left it. This old book, this is from Lion, which is not a publication I'm particularly familiar with. Map back this small scale books, good girl art. If you look, like pinups that are not nude, not super risque, do really, really well. So this would be called GGA. You can see that in the title, I think. Yeah, it says Crime Vintage Paperback GGA, kind of pinup art on these old mystery noir books. They do pretty well. This one book sold for $12 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $17. Another $6 Harley. I'm almost out of this mistake. I bought a bunch of Harley shirts for $5.99, got them to the register. The lady rang them out and said, here's your total. And I said, oh, I have a coupon. And she's like, your coupon's expired. And at that point, I had 40 things that she'd already rung out. And I was like, okay, I'll just buy them at full price. And I regretted it at the time, but they're selling reasonably quickly at that $11 plus shipping, $12 plus shipping. Where I'm making a little bit of money, and I've learned my lesson on that mistake. MT2, made in Taiwan, ROC, is an indication of vintage. I bought this at a garage sale for $2. It's just waffle. This, what people my age would call long johns, or a thermal shirt. This is just a generic thermal with a with flames on the arms. This is double stitch in the bottom, but here's the deal: on a shirt that is not a t-shirt, it doesn't matter. The same rules don't apply with button shirts, collared shirts, thermals, that kind of stuff. It just doesn't apply. I sold another one of these. I hadn't sold one in a year. I had them listed for a year. They didn't sell, they didn't sell, they didn't sell. And then two sold in 2 days, which is weird. The other one sold for $14, and this one sold for $17, both plus shipping. So I picked this up at that garage sale where I picked up lots and lots of cool stuff. Wow, I was worried that this, you can just barely even see it, where there was an old sticker on there. I paid $2 for it. It's cracked, but isn't it so cool? I had it listed for $27.99, just a total random shot in the dark. And somebody came at me with a $17 offer, and I countered at $22, and they came back at $20, and I'm like, that's good enough. And it went plus shipping, so the buyer's all in at $35, and I paid $2, and I'll probably make a little bit of money on the shipping, and that's a good sale. I like that. When it turns that quick and it's $2 to $20, I like that. Bethesda, I paid $1 for this at the Hope Chest, 2XL. You guys know who that guy is. I can't think of it at the moment. Is it Fallout? It's not Fallout. Well, it's right here. Yeah, it is Fallout. So this is the Fallout Boy, which is a band also. So this sold for $6 plus shipping. I had it listed for $8.99 plus shipping, and somebody came in with a $6 offer, and I'm like, again, people aren't jumping over themselves to buy that. It's been listed for 6 months. If somebody wants to give me an amount of money for it that is not less than what I paid for it, then I'm making money, and I have to take offers because it doesn't do me. I'm a store, not a storage, and this was being stored, not sold. So I took a $6 offer. I'll put it in a poly mailer. I'll make $2.53, but it's better than it's sitting in that bin for another 6-8 months. This I paid $1 for at Goodwill with the DVDs. It was sealed and weird, and so I comped it, and it had solds at like 20 free shipping, and I had it listed for a long time with at like 15, and somebody came in with an $11 offer, and I'm like, good enough. That is, again, like the Fallout thing, there's a bigger audience for this. Jewish Guide to Greece, probably not as big an audience for this DVD as there is for a video game related item. So I'm just taking offers on that stuff to get it moved. I have 34 items to move, so we're going to get to that, and if anything else interesting comes up, I'll let you know. Awaiting shipping, 34 items worth $1,000. It is currently 9:24. So I'm on the clock. Let's see how quick I can get. I can get 35 items shipped. I'm not gonna like. I guess I could time lapse it, but it's just such a mess. I don't think it's interesting. Maybe I'll do it and let you guys decide if it's interesting. And I got everything but the big stuff done. I have one big IKEA bag full of all of the smalls that would go in either a 4x8x6 box or a poly mailer or a bubble mailer. So let me see how many more I have to do. So I still have 9 things that are not going to be super easy, but that means I got 26 done in about I don't remember what the time was when we started. So almost exactly a half an hour. And we have, so that's like, and we did 26. That's just over a minute an item on the small stuff. And that's why I like to sell $9 plus shipping things that'll go in a poly mailer, because it takes me less than 90 seconds to get it shipped, like from printing the labels to ready to go to the mailbox. I'm less than 90 seconds an item over 26 items. But then, like, this boat is going to take me a long time. The there's a couple items I couldn't find that are included in that. The head cleaner thing from yesterday, I don't know where I sat it down. I had it out here just a minute ago. And then, like, a book that I didn't. I had 2 of that Rainbow Bright book that sold, and I only pulled one of them, so I had to pull. So even that includes. The 9 that I didn't do includes those. So like the big book lots, the Mickey Mouse lunchbox head things are going to be a little bit more of a pain in the butt. So I like doing the shirts, the refrigerator magnets, the parts for a coffee grinder, because they make quite a bit of money and move and are shipped so much easier than like this record player that is great. I paid $6. It sold for 50, but it's going to take me that's going to take me 4 or 5 minutes to pack, and everything else took just about like a minute an item. Okay, so it is now 11 o'clock, and I've been working for about 90 minutes on shipping, but I got it all done. And even at that, I'm only like 3 minutes an item for shipping, which for the vast majority of it is way less than that. But 3 minutes an item, I don't feel like is terrible for $1,000 in sales. And I don't know what I didn't add up the cost of goods, and I know I paid $200 for shipping. But I mean, as an average, 3 minutes it's kind of long for what it should be. But if you think about how much money you're making for that 3 minutes, most of the time, it's pretty good money. So how about that? 2 huge IKEA bags full of packages. I'm fortunate enough to live where the mailman will do pickups, and so makes my life pretty easy. I just set those out there, and I live on, like, down that way there's like 6 houses, and then it's a dead end. And then the road that connects up there is like a secondary road. It's not even a main road. So like nobody drives by. So I don't really have to worry about my packages disappearing because my neighbors all know me and they're not taking them. And there's no strangers that come through the neighborhood, really. So it's pretty cool. Pretty good setup. So here's a thought that just occurred to me. We're gonna have a brand new baby. We're gonna be in the hospital for a day or two, because that's the way it works in the American healthcare system and has always worked for our family, at least anyway. So, do I just do extended handling times? Because brand new babies like are expensive, so I don't want to lose sales and do like time away mode, and I'm not shipping anything for a couple of days. But like, we're watching this video, I literally just spent 2 hours shipping on a Tuesday. I don't know that I'm going to afford that time with a brand new baby. But I'll be home. Like when we get home from the hospital, I'll be home and she'll be home. And the kids will be at school except for the weekend. So what's your input on that? What do you think? I'm leaning towards just extending my handling times out to 3, 4, 5 days for the first week that the baby's born. And then when I bump it back down to 2, it'll stimulate the algorithm because I'm improving those listings. But I'm just kind of spitballing, and I thought maybe you guys would like to spitball with me.